So let's just get it out of the way with, because I know somebody's gonna ask. They're gonna say, Johnny, what happened with this OSM guy? Was there like some like win trading thing, boosting thing? I'm only bringing this up not to like bring any shame to the guy. I'm only doing this because I know people will ask, and I don't want them to need to discuss this in the comments. I'm just gonna level it out right now. Yep, OSM win traded for rank 1. Nobody knew till after he got it and built a little bit of a fan base. Then he outed himself, and through all of the rank or multiple games on his main till he wasn't even in top 100 anymore. And everybody, you know, you could decide what you want about the guy. He asked me, what does he have to do to gain my respect again? And I said, well, listen, he's in my opinion, he's lucky that he outed himself. I'll start with that. If he got outed by Psionics, for example, because Psionics, they do know if you're win trading, by the way. There are ways that they can check that. It's not hard, so don't do it. If you have any interest in building a brand, building a fan base, don't do that. Everybody knows that now. But yeah, for OSM, I said, well, you managed to persuade everybody that you were rank 1 when you weren't, so now legitimately get rank 1. Like, prove to everybody that you can actually do that, because that's what everybody expected of the guy. That's the false precedent that he set, and then he actually did manage to achieve that. Recently he got rank 1, I believe, for a day, and then Fairy Peak, in typical Fairy Peak fashion, got rank 1 back as soon as somebody else overtook it. Right, Fairy Peak's rank 1, somebody else overtakes him, Fairy Peak plays, gets rank 1 back. So that was what happened. But OSM, he was rank 1. I think he's like probably ranked top 5 or something right now, and Xander just outside the top 10. It's going to be the underdog in this matchup based on rank. However, he did have a stream debut recently where he played quite well. He didn't do too badly at all, and he did win that series, so this shouldn't be a completely lopsided and one-sided matchup at all. It's a very, very high-level matchup here. OSM making his he's making his stream comeback. It's been a long time, and he didn't have the most successful stream appearances in the past, which surprised people because they thought that this is a guy who's rank 1 at the time, and why is he not playing like a rank 1 player? Is because he wasn't a rank 1 player, but now he is a rank 1 player. He's managed to put in those hours, he's grinded enough that he's legitimately got to that level, and is he going to be able to back it up with a win? So far, so good. Technically, Xander didn't win. You said he did. Wait, did Xander not win? I swear Xander won. Oh, that's a good demo by Xander. OSM's going to give him a nice shot in the chat. Let's compliment him. I have to check if... I have to check now if Xander won. I have to know. I was sure he won a series. Or, no, wait, did he get reverse swept? Did I just make this up? He got reverse swept is what happened. Oh, sorry, I forgot. My bad. Yeah, he got reverse swept. He did, yeah, I remember. Okay, yep. Memory is completely refreshed now. What happened is that Xander started well. He looked like he was going to do really well. Then he got reverse swept by Ocelon, who's a more seasoned player. So nervous ending to the series. Nervous beginning to this one for Xander. However, OSM getting a very easy goal there. Xander overboosting. Missing the ball. What is win trading? Win trading is when you queue up late night and you get one of your friends, or you get yourself and your alternate account to queue up at the same time, and then you just let your main win. That's how you do it. Oh, the wave dash from Xander almost led to a goal directly. Another opportunistic demo. OSM's got to be careful. Xander is very good at these. It's a little bit better posturing by OSM. He doesn't have the speed or the dodge in the right direction. Oh, Xander's way off target though with the open net shot. But yeah, that's what win trading is. Don't do it if you have an ounce of hope for a future in the competitive Rocket League scene. OSM got lucky because most people that I know of said, well, you know, just got excited about the prospect of being like he legitimately got fairly high up there, and then he was like, okay, I'm just going to shortcut my way in here, hopefully nobody will ever find out, and then he regretted it and he outed himself, which was really, really good for him because he would have been in trouble. Like, Psionics would have probably exposed him if he didn't do that himself, if he didn't throw away his rank 1. throw pretty much. I think he just he took all the money and all this sub money and stuff that got donated to him for his Twitch stream and just recirculated it into the Rocket League scene. So, you know, I'll just leave you guys. You can think whatever you want about it. I told him I didn't actually think he was going to get rank 1 so fast. I thought maybe he'd get rank 1 sometime in the year, but he got it really quickly. That just, I guess, shows how eager he is to prove himself legitimately this time. Xander's creeping back into this game with these demos, by the way. OSM's got to be careful. He's falling prey to the demos too often in my liking. Yeah. I'm sorry for forgetting that Xander didn't win in his debut on stream. It was, who was it that won on their debut on stream? For goodness sake, it was Top Cheese, wasn't it? Top Cheese won. I knew somebody won on their debut. There was Top Cheese recently and then Xander. Or the other order. Oh, great read by OSM. Xander's second time this game that he's been too far on the inside of the ball. This is not a dangerous situation if he just takes his time, lets the ball roll up the wall and then catches it. But he's too eager, gets in front of it by accident and falls to a 3-goal deficit as soon as OSM's put this one in, and he will. Good read on the fake kickoff. Xander's got to be careful not to fake too soon. Made that a little bit too predictable there. I do know he hasn't win traded again, because listen, if he's win traded again, then, well, actually I know he actually didn't cross the line, because I know who he beat to get like from, what was it, middle of the table to the very top, and he beat some very like legit players that I know of. So I can confirm he definitely didn't win trade to get rank 1 this time, because I've talked to the people that he beat. They were saying, oh yeah, he, you know, I queued into him that night, lost again. Oh, another guy I know lost again. I'm not going to name and shame them because they might not want people to know who's been losing ranked, who's been winning ranked. OSM very much in control here. The one thing that he's got to be careful of, like I said, those demo plays. Xander's been on point with those. It's Tank. Thanks for the 4 months. Welcome back. Cheeky little power slide dribble by Xander, but not quite enough space left in the field to let him in. OSM has looked like the more deadly of the two players. Looked like the smarter of the two players and looked like the more composed of the two players thus far. Something that's impressed me about OSM in the past is his defense. He's very, very good at shadowing. That's not something that can be said about everybody who comes on my stream as a debut player. A lot of new players who are looking to climb up in 1v1 ranks will predominantly rush in defense and then play a very, very flick-based game on the ground. That's just what people call the 1v1 playstyle. But there are players, you know, Ocelon is one of them. He's a very defensive counterpunch player. OSM as well. Likes to sit back, let people come at him. Even to a fault sometimes. And if you guys haven't seen it, I did do a VOD review of a Fairy Peak versus OSM game recently where I was maybe pointing out times where OSM was overly defensive. That's a great bump by OSM here. If there's ever a time he can go overly aggressive, it is now. Well played. Dodging into Xander on the wall. Sometimes a bump can be just as effective as a demo. Remember, guys, that now OSM's been legitimately rank 1. That's another read on a fake kickoff. Hard to see. He did spot this very well. Xander too slow. Or too early, I think, on the dodge. He needs to fake that kickoff a bit later if it's going to work. But like I was saying, OSM knows this time that he legitimately got rank 1. Before, like he knew that he wasn't really as good as he said he was, which I'm sure put more pressure on him to succeed. Whereas now, he is as good as he says he is, or at least so it would seem. 16 shots to 8, that is brutal. Fox and Phoenix, thanks for the bits, and Captain Memorial, thanks for the tier 1 sub.
Ignore this until the end. I think it's super helpful and quite comprehensible.
What is this?
One point that you didn't stress as much
oh,
that I think is
training
important
pack.
is the extent to which you can use the pack as a diagnostic tool for side preference. I know that I prefer when the ball comes.
Ah, okay. Anybody who doesn't know what Brian was talking about there is the video that I put up yesterday if you're watching this on YouTube, today if you're watching this on Twitch, about the training pack. And I'm really curious to see feedback. I've not read the YouTube comments on that yet, because it's one of those videos where I know what I mean when I'm explaining it, but I don't know if other people know what I mean. I have to go and show it to people before I know if it makes sense. Other topics related to Rocket League, I know that I can explain them well because I have done so before. But that was more of a, okay, this is a bit new, this concept. And this thing that I'm trying to explain. What a pre-jump by OSM. Oh dear. Xander with the easiest goal that he's going to get all day. Courtesy of a little bit of a wild pre-jump for OSM. He was, of course, expecting the top corner to be the final destination of the ball. Xander should be able to put this one in. Oh, never mind. Boost was not there for him, and it was for his opponent. OSM has been able to bully him off the ball as well, momentarily. OSM, the guys keep failing to show up. Well, OSM, people expected more from him because he was masquerading as a rank 1 player. So people thought, okay, why is this guy not playing like a rank 1 player? But now he's legitimately been a rank 1 player. He's not currently rank 1, because Fairy Peak has been rank 1 in 1v1 for the longest time. But occasionally players like Lethamir, Scrub, and now OSM can sneak in there, be rank 1 for a day before Fairy Peak takes it back. So we know now that he's playing at a higher level than he was before, and he played on stream. And he's had a lot more experience, and a lot more time to mellow out as a human being. That is an excellent flick by OSM. Xander trying to play the shadow defense as well. He missed the boost in the midfield. Couldn't make up his mind if he wanted to use the wall or the floor there. Didn't really do either. Alright, Bubblegum, thanks for letting me know. I think, honestly, either way, I think that training pack that I made is useful, so I'm happy with it. You know, I don't just do the YouTube for the views. Like, obviously the views are a good indication of whether you've made a good product, if your video is good or not. But in that case, I think the training pack that I made is genuinely useful, so I'm happy with it. I just want to know if I made sense. That's all. I want to know, am I good at actually explaining how to do this or no? Because if I'm not, I'll have to rethink it, you know? Very back and forth game here. Xander still perhaps coming out on top of the physical element. Not just demolishes, but bumps. Of course, OSM did have a very nice bump goal to finish off game 1. But it didn't really matter. The game was very much over. Xander's got to be careful not to telegraph his plays. There were the 2 fake kickoffs which did not work at all. Oh, OSM just missed an open net. Xander spawns on the right side to stop him from carrying on. Half flip OSM. Tight angle. Doesn't get the rebound though, and Xander's back into play. OSM, after that demo, had the open net. Should have scored. Simple as that. Xander though, off the deck. What a shot that is. Punished immediately. Xander flies down and really cleanly catches that on the half volley. OSM is going to have to turn for more challenges if Xander can shoot with that quality again and again. You don't have to listen. The only reason I brought up the farmer win trading is because I know people are going to ask, and I wanted to just explain the situation fully. I've totally, you know, moved on from it. I just had to explain it for YouTube. We've talked about it on Twitch before, but this is the first time that OSM's been back since his scandal, for lack of a better word. 3-2. Xander might be going for a mind game here. Flip reset. Doesn't connect with the dodge though. Still sticking around. He's not giving OSM much time to recover. Looking for bumps at the tail end of the center ball. And now finally OSM breaks out of his own half. Might go for the wall shot here. Decides to play it safe, keeping it in the corner above Xander's head. And that is going to be a great move in the long run. Xander struggling again with these clears across the goal. This should be a routine clear, but he's hit the ball too early. Again, not waiting for the ball to get directly in front of him so he can just control it on the wall, catch it horizontally, and he gets punished. That's the 3rd time in the game he's made that exact same mistake. 3rd time in the series, I should say. RL6 giveaway, you like it? Glad you like it. Well, just as you make me look away, I catch the tail end of this gorgeous flick from OSM. He showed us the reverse 45-degree flick earlier. It was more like a reverse 90-degree flick if I'm honest with you, but Now he's just got the old-fashioned front flip flick, just as effective if you can aim it with such speed and precision as that. Xander is going to get closed down. I like that from OSM. I said earlier he's going to have to start challenging earlier because Xander's not looking too shabby with his offensive repertoire. That's exactly what we see from OSM. What's it going to be this time? Another early challenge. He wants to pressure Xander into making more fast plays on the ball. Doesn't want to give Xander all the time to fashion an attack. And again, OSM just closes the distance. Surely a goal, and it will be. Xander wants so badly for OSM to run into his goal like he was doing earlier, but OSM has identified that that was his weakness, and he's changed up his strategy. You thought it was funny. Oh, you thought it was funny, the whole situation. Nah, don't worry, Brutimus. I've got to always explain things for YouTube. 50-50 by Xander. Still impressive in the physical aspect of the game. That's a great hitbox neutralization. To be that far on the outside of the ball and manage to keep it under control is far from easy. Xander again on the ball after a kickoff. Early moves this time, and this time OSM sits back. It seems like OSM's just got Xander figured out offensively. So right now you see Xander is trying to play the ball early there, because the last 3 times OSM tackled him, they were all early tackles. This time OSM turns around, goes back to his goal, and waits for Xander to make a proactive play. What scandal? I explained it at the start of the series. I'm not going to repeat myself. Looks like we're going to have a 2-0 for OSM. Xander looking a lot better in game 2, but I'm not sure if he's ready with enough of a mix-up offensively to counter OSM's playstyle. Xander looks good when OSM gives him space, but when OSM starts mixing in all these early challenges, half-flip challenges and the like, makes it very difficult. Great job by OSM slowing down his approach in the air to secure game 2 with a rebound. Intentionally pointing his car in the opposite direction that he was flying while boosting there, so that his car would not reach the crossbar too soon and maybe force the ball out of the goal. Could I do another tips video on how to get a beautiful nose like mine? Listen, the nose is one of the only parts in the human body. I think like male features, like, you know, nose, ears, nose and ears. They might just be nose and ears actually. They keep on growing throughout your entire life. So the older you get, the bigger your nose will be, bigger your ears will be. So who knows? Hey, who knows? You guys come back and watch in like 10 years, 20 years. My nose might be all you can see. Excel looked great yesterday. Marky was back to being good again. Awesome to see. What you reckon about Excel's chances? Excel have got a good chance to make top 6. If they beat Envy, I think they're top 6 already. Simple as that. Actually, maybe not that simple, because every team's winning and losing against each other. Good. Again, play from Xander when OSM gives him space. So should this continue to occur, OSM might have had a pre-jump save there if he didn't lean too far back. Yeah, RL6 giveaway, that's actually true. Male noses and ears will continue to grow right up to old age. That's why old men have such big noses. And that's why I have such a big nose too. An old man. Again, Xander looking good when OSM gives him space. It sounds like I'm just telling OSM to do the thing that we all hate, but OSM needs to just rush challenges right now. It works well, or it has worked well in the past against Xander. And when he's shadowed, it's not been as effective. He's getting 26.66 points for 1 week in fantasy. Not is that good? I don't think that's particularly high. Backflip setup from OSM. Excellent placement on the rebound. Extremely solid play in the air by a 1v1 main. Not often you'll hear that. Up on the ground, or up in the air rather, before Xander's even landed back on the ground after his failed reaction to what OSM was doing. He thought OSM would be flicking the ball on target there. That's an excellent adaptation by Xander though. He's managed to escape, excuse me. I've been awake too long today. Xander did well there because he escaped being boost starved on the kickoff. And another great low 50-50. OSM again struggling when Xander has space. But this is just brilliant from Xander. Running the ball all the way around the field, escaping the demo in the process from Demo OSM. Did I say thank you, by the way, Captain Memorial, for the 500 bits? Because I do very much appreciate that. Subbing and cheering. Too kind. Now OSM's going to step in, so he realizes, okay, again, just like you realized earlier in the series, game 2, namely, I am getting scored on when I give Xander space. I need to just close the distance. It might feel uncomfortable, it might feel dangerous, but the stats don't lie. When OSM closes the distance, he has more success. This is making Xander play the ball early, and again, OSM is going to be successful. Forcing these early plays from Xander is bringing Xander way out of his comfort zone. And now you're probably asking, okay, Johnny, we've seen OSM counter Xander's playstyle. He's challenging early. He's not giving Xander time to get the setup that he wants. What does Xander need to do to stop OSM from successfully challenging him early? It's all about playing the ball close to his car. He needs to preemptively pop that. I don't know why he already hasn't popped that. That first touch was phenomenal. He just needed to touch that ball barely in front of himself and then get underneath it and flip it. Flip it right into the goal, or at least high towards OSM's net. Because if he's having to react to these early challenges from OSM, then he'll always be coming out second best. OSM will have the control of the situation. Now OSM is going to get sent running away from a great flick, which rattles the crossbar. That's what Xander needs to do, though, to force OSM to back off more, is flick over the top of his head. I said I wasn't sure why he didn't do it last time. This time he does it and follows up with another excellent 50-50. That's something he doesn't struggle with. The 50-50 game, the demo game, definitely on point for Xander. But can he get his long shots and his distance flicks working well enough to scare OSM back into defense? That's an open net miss from Xander. Half the game gone, and he really would have liked that 3-goal cushion. Seems to be pretty comfortable dribbling the ball back into his own half, and why wouldn't you be? With OSM in plain sight. Again, OSM turning early, trying to surprise Xander. This time Xander is more than ready, though. And it may have been a risk that was too big to take. And expect to come out on top there. How many people are signed up for Fantasy League? I don't know what the total sign up is for Fantasy League. I've got 2 leagues of about 250 people. So I would guess. Excuse me. It's gotta be thousands, right? It's gotta be thousands. Man, my voice is like still not recovered after this weekend. Casting Infinity. Hopefully, if I get a cold, I'm going to be so sad. Colds for me always start with the sore throat. So, I'm mildly concerned at the moment. As I'm fighting back here. The infield dribble off the sidewall is dangerous. Delayed flick. Unsuccessful, but OSM is still on the ball. Xander, fully boosted. But what's it going to be? He's going to turn early. OSM sees him coming, puts him way out the game. And that is a tie game. Xander a little bit too slow on the turnaround. There was a slight hesitation there. You saw that he slowed down while he was turning. I don't like the challenge from that distance, to be honest. After OSM touched the ball so well into a position that he could follow and Xander could not. Xander has no boost here, but he might be able to do something with the ball anyway. Yes, he can. The 50-50 game is still on point. This man does not need boost to dominate challenges. Look at this. Not once, but twice. He completely faked out OSM, actually. Not even any contact needed. This is my weekend. It was good. It's good, thanks. Hey, Connivers, thanks for swinging by, man. Appreciate that. You're in for a treat, because as we enter the final 90 seconds, we're all tied up in game 3. M. Nolan, thanks, man. Thanks for the 100 bits and the kind words. You're just amusing yourself with my nose, because you've been very sick. Aw. Get well, man. I mean, I should definitely just, after this, I'm getting off stream, and I'm going to eat something and sleep, because I've been up a long time today. OSM bullies Xander off his own boost. That flick does not care about the lack of boost. Oh, OSM's missed his second touch on the wall. Xander not able to punish him with a dangerous shot though. OSM is going to return the favor. The mechanics are slipping in the final minute. Xander is going to return back to his roots though and secures another savage goal. Well played by Xander. Just overtakes the ball on the outside. Always smarter to overtake the ball on the outside like that because it's harder for the defender to see you coming. Is OSM just going to get a kickoff goal to punish? He's slowed it down. Looking for that bottom right corner. Never mind, he's going to go for the 50-50. Decided that the shot was probably not getting scored. Ceiling shot for OSM. He did not have his dodge available for much longer. Another early challenge for OSM. He's looked like the faster player in the air for the majority of this series. He's going to be the faster player when it matters at the end of this series. And this really could well be the end. Xander, scared of the demo, jumps over the boost by accident. I'm not sure if it would have mattered. The recovery was just a little bit too slow. OSM up on the wall, back down again. Now he's got the final chance off regulation time. Slow plays it. Xander has boost, but can he use it effectively? The answer is no, but neither can his opponent. Xander is a little bit flustered by this situation though. You see another slow recovery. Great flick though, he's gonna secure the game. Holy cow. Did he step it up when it mattered? Couple of bad landings, but how about that? OSM wasn't too far away from it, but that was just too good from Xander, and we're gonna go to game 4 here. Amazing stuff when he's on the ropes. And that's just great to see. Xander, you all know, beating Ocelon 2-0 when they played not too long ago on stream, the only series that Xander did play. And Xander was looking dominant. It looked like it was going to be a sweep even, if not, you know, a one-sided win. But a combination of Ocelon turning it around and Xander not really being able to keep up his level towards the end of the series. Just let Ocelon sneak back in. But this, on the other hand, like, Xander didn't get given too much for free from OSM. OSM was mixing up his defense very well, scoring lots of goals, came back from 3 down to tie the game, even took the lead at one point. Still though, OSM the faster player in the air. He says playing threes pays off in aerials. It certainly does. Notice I'm showing Xander how it's done with the fake kickoff. That's the same kickoff that Xander failed to execute effectively twice in game 1. OSM has now done it twice in games 2 and in games 4. Hey, thanks for the badge upgrade from Bits. AJ Hockey, 100 Bitcoin. I'm not sure if that was on target from OSM. It really might have been. And he is going to make do with a little boost here. Well played by OSM. It was so easy to get baited into the corner to grab a big boost pad. But he avoided that misplay. And he did make the save. Good recoveries here from OSM to stay relevant. Another early challenge with the half flip. Does not want to give Xander space. And once again, that does seem like the way to beat Xander currently. Xander just not fast enough with his identification of OSM strategy. He realized at the last second there that OSM is going to turn and challenge, but it was a bit too late. OSM had already made contact with the ball. Xander's got to realize sooner than that if he wants to take OSM out of the game when he's challenging early. Can I pronounce your name? Samjivko. I should be careful when I do that. People are just going to make me read rude names, aren't they? How was that, though? Did I get it right? Here's my fantasy team. Just look at one of my leagues, man. It's all publicly visible. This time, OSM will be able to stop Xander's long shot, despite the fact that he's playing reactively. It's smart, though, for OSM to sometimes back off from Xander and give him space. Oh my goodness, that is the best fake we've seen yet all series. And OSM with a slow roll as well, keeps an eye on his opponent's arrival time, puts it in. That is going to be tough to come back from for Xander. He's yet to score in game 4. And OSM just took him completely out of the game with the nonchalant mind game. Can Xander fight back? He had the lead for the majority of last game, but this has just been one-way traffic. OSM 4-0 now. Still more than half the game to go, but it's got to be now or never for Xander. He had nervous endings before in his match against Ocelon. At least he doesn't concede a second kickoff goal in a row. That would have been a disaster. OSM has made Xander panic into dropping the bounce dribble. Although I'm sure Xander will only blame himself for that. He knows he can beat anyone in the world on his day, but this just isn't his day. I think, like I said earlier, these guys are fairly close in the ladder ranking, with OSM being the favorite. I believe that Xander is something like 13th. Maybe going for a few too many of these low 50-50s is Xander. They've been working, but how long will they keep working if it's all you do? More fast plays in the ball needed, and that's one that will do just fine. Looking to join a team for RLCS? Nah. So a much needed goal for Xander. He just needs 3 more, probably more than 3 if I'm honest with you, because I do expect OSM to score at least 1 or 2 more before this game is over. Oh, and how about that for an angle shot? Xander did this at the other end, but not quite with as much finesse as this. Xander not expecting OSM to just turn and shoot, or else he would have been more inside the goal, a little bit further back, and maybe even pre-jumping. Of course, the danger there for OSM to shoot would have been the counter-attack for Xander. If Xander could react in time, he could just put the ball straight down the middle and score a goal of his own. OSM calling Xander's bluff. Barreled straight through him. Does have the 4-goal lead back. Sweet boy, thanks for the Prime sub. Very much appreciated, man. I can't believe it's taking you this long to realize your Prime sub's up, am I right? But yeah, welcome back. I do appreciate that a lot. Dribble goal while OSM is shadowing. This is pretty much Xander's strongest asset in offense. He's very good when he's given space. Very, very good. Not so much when he gets closed down. And I said earlier, he just needs to try to play the ball a little bit more close to his car when OSM stays close to him. He's got to get that ball just bouncing ever so slightly in front of him, so when OSM turns, when he starts half flipping to challenge, that's when Xander can just outplay him. The very, very simple yet effective front flip, or diagonal front flip, or whatever he wants to do. Just get that ball over your opponent. OSM is going to look for the fake, doesn't find it. 59 seconds, still a 4-goal game. It's been a 4-goal game for over 2 minutes now. And Xander, desperately in need of some luck, isn't going to find it though. He's just going to find a respawn. Was I not a sub for Flipside? No, I was their manager, dude. I was their manager. You really think that they would have let me sub and have World Champ Johnny Boy, or World Champion Season 2 title? Oh my goodness, OSM's done it again. And that's going to be probably the end of the series right there. Absolutely brutal. Twice in one game. Xander's been made to look a fool driving underneath the ball. Or flying over the ball, I should say. Thanks for the Prime sub, Calfire. Very much appreciated. As we approach what looks like the end of a series. 4 goals needed in 26 seconds. Hey, if he keeps winning kickoffs, it's possible. Okay, Xander's number 6 in the leaderboard, OSM's number 3, so they're both actually higher than I thought. I thought OSM was 4th, and Xander was 10th or something, or maybe 12th, but he may have ranked up. Hey, hold on, guys. We're actually on track here. We were a 5-goal game with about 30 seconds left. At the current rate of goal scoring ability for Xander, he is going to tie this. Surely it can't be done. Another 3. Well, I mean, with kickoffs like this, it becomes more and more possible. He's got to hit this shot so well, and he doesn't really do much with it. I know OSM with the no sorry in the chat. He wants this comeback to end, and it will end. That really could have been more than just a 2-goal swing. That should have been a goal for Xander if he had just confidently slammed that ball top corner. 2-goal game, 2 more kickoffs, and we're back in a tie series. But GG's, OSM, definitely the better player today. I think that was plain to see. 2 guys who are high up there in the ladder. Let me just confirm. I mean, I believe you, Bubblegun, but we'll just show everybody. Oh, it's not this anymore. It's career. Yeah, OSM 3 behind Squishy, and Fairy Peak's way out in front. I mean, it's only 42 points, but 42 points at that rating is a lot. And Xander just behind Scrub, just barely behind Scrub, tied with Ixo actually, and also tied with an account that I'm very surprised has not yet been banned. I don't know why Science don't ban very obvious, like very obviously against TOS accounts. Nah, not today, Speed. I'm very tired, but I will be casting later on in the week. Look how far ahead Squishy is in 3s. Squishy's very strategic with his... Oh, he's not even ahead in 3s. He's very strategic with who he plays with in 3s. Got a keyboard and mouse player in rank 1 for solo standard. Wonder where K-Dop isn't. K-Dop's probably... Okay, he's here. K-Dop very often lets his 1v1 rank just completely decay. And then he'll actually be high, but you don't know that because his rank's gone. He'll just be like 4th highest MMR with a decayed rank. Yeah, GG's OSM. Impressive performance. Xander definitely needs to improve his outplays on people who are challenging him early, because he just fell to pieces when OSM started mixing in some rush challenges. That's just great to see. Xander, you all know, beating Ocelon 2-0 when they played not too long ago on stream, the only series that Xander did play. And Xander was looking dominant. It looked like it was going to be a sweep even, if not, you know, a one-sided win. But a combination of Ocelon turning it around and Xander not really being able to keep up his level towards the end of the series. Just let Ocelon sneak back in. But this, on the other hand, like, Xander didn't get given too much for free from OSM. OSM was mixing up his defense very well, scoring lots of goals, came back from 3 down to tie the game, even took the lead at one point. Still, though, OSM the faster player in the air. He says playing 3s pays off in aerials. It certainly does. Notice I'm showing Xander how it's done with the fake kickoff. That's the same kickoff that Xander failed to execute effectively twice in Game 1. OSM has now done it twice in Games 2 and in Games 4. Hey, thanks for the badge upgrade from Bits. AJ Hockey, 100 Bitcoin. I'm not sure if that was on target from OSM. It really might have been. And he is going to make do with a little boost here. Well played by OSM. It was so easy to get baited into the corner to grab a big boost pad, but he avoided that misplay, and he did make the save. Good recoveries here from OSM to stay relevant. Another early challenge with the half flip. Does not want to give Xander space, and once again, that does seem like the way to beat Xander currently. Xander just not fast enough with his identification of OSM strategy. He realized at the last second there that OSM is going to turn and challenge, but it was a bit too late. OSM had already made contact with the ball. Xander's got to realize sooner than that if he wants to take OSM out of the game when he's challenging early. Can I pronounce your name? Samjivko. I should be careful when I do that. People are just going to make me read rude names, aren't they? How was that, though? Did I get it right? Who's my fantasy team? Just look at one of my leagues, man. It's all publicly visible. This time, OSM will be able to stop Xander's long shot, despite the fact that he's playing reactively. It's smart, though, for OSM to sometimes back off from Xander and give him space. Oh my goodness, that is the best fake we've seen yet all series. And OSM with a slow roll as well, keeps an eye on his opponent's arrival time, puts it in. That is going to be tough to come back from for Xander. He's yet to score in Game 4. And OSM just took him completely out of the game with the nonchalant mind game. Can Xander fight back? He had the lead for the majority of last game, but this has just been one-way traffic. OSM 4-0 now. Still more than half the game to go, but it's got to be now or never for Xander. He had nervous endings before in his match against Ocelon. At least he doesn't concede a second kickoff goal in a row. That would have been a disaster. OSM has made Xander panic into dropping the bounce dribble. Although I'm sure Xander will only blame himself for that. He knows he can beat anyone in the world on his day, but this just isn't his day. I think, like I said earlier, these guys are fairly close in the ladder ranking, with OSM being the favorite. I believe that Xander is something like 13th. Maybe going for a few too many of these low 50-50s is Xander. They've been working, but how long will they keep working if it's all you do? More fast plays in the ball needed, and that's one that will do just fine. Look at the joining team for RLCS. Nah. So a much needed goal for Xander. He just needs 3 more, probably more than 3 if I'm honest with you, because I do expect OSM to score at least 1 or 2 more before this game is over. Oh, and how about that for an angle shot? Xander did this at the other end, but not quite with as much finesse as this. Xander not expecting OSM to just turn and shoot, or else he would have been more inside the goal, a little bit further back, and maybe even pre-jumping. Of course, the danger there for OSM to shoot would have been the counter-attack for Xander. If Xander could react in time, he could just put the ball straight down the middle and score a goal of his own. OSM calling Xander's bluff, barreled straight through him. Does have the 4-goal lead back. Sweet boy, thanks for the Prime sub. Very much appreciated, man. I can't believe it's taking you this long to realize your Prime sub's up, am I right? But yeah, welcome back. I do appreciate that a lot. Dribble goal while OSM is shadowing. This is pretty much Xander's strongest asset in offense. He's very good when he's given space. Very, very good. Not so much when he gets closed down. And I said earlier, he just needs to try to play the ball a little bit more close to his car when OSM stays close to him. He's got to get that ball just bouncing ever so slightly in front of him, so when OSM turns, when he starts half flipping to challenge, that's when Xander can just outplay him. The very, very simple yet effective front flip, or diagonal front flip, or whatever he wants to do. Just get that ball over your opponent. OSM is going to look for the fake, doesn't find it. 59 seconds, still a 4-goal game. It's been a 4-goal game for over 2 minutes now. And Xander, desperately in need of some luck, isn't going to find it though. He's just going to find a respawn. Was I not a sub for Flipside? No, I was their manager, dude. I was their manager. You really think that they would have let me sub and have World Champ Johnny Boy, or World Champion Season 2 title? Oh my goodness, OSM's done it again. And that's going to be probably the end of the series right there. Absolutely brutal. Twice in one game. Xander's been made to look a fool driving underneath the ball. Or flying over the ball, I should say. Thanks for the Prime sub, Calfire. Very much appreciated. As we approach what looks like the end of a series. 4 goals needed in 26 seconds. Hey, if he keeps winning kickoffs, it's possible. Okay, Xander's number 6 in the leaderboard, OSM's number 3, so they're both actually higher than I thought. I thought OSM was 4th, and Xander was 10th or something, or maybe 12th, but he may have ranked up. Hey, hold on, guys. We're actually on track here. We were a 5-goal game with about 30 seconds left. At the current rate of goal scoring ability for Xander, he is going to tie this. Surely it can't be done. Another 3. Well, I mean, with kickoffs like this, it becomes more and more possible. He's got to hit this shot so well, and he doesn't really do much with it. I know OSM with the no sorry in the chat. He wants this comeback to end, and it will end. That really could have been more than just a 2-goal swing. That should have been a goal for Xander if he had just confidently slammed that ball top corner. 2-goal game, 2 more kickoffs, and we're back in a tie series. But GG's, OSM. definitely the better player today. I think that was plain to see.